Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Now we did stream with Seekers just yesterday, but a lot's changed since then. And now with more bases having shock launchers and especially critter launchers, they're not looking so good right now. And this might be good news for people worried about them, that they'll be too strong. Also maybe a warning to those who are kind of rushing towards that secret path, since it's kind of surprising that critter launchers is the main reason that's stopping them. And that's because there's a bug this season, also last season, that whenever critter launchers shoot, Seekers are just really slowed down, which means that there's more chance for other defenses to shoot, and maybe you could even beat it on time. So we'll look at a few hits and how Seekers do on the base, and also some other 5 ER attacks. So first we got this one, and you can usually tell it's a Seeker player that they don't have any boom cannons. Some others with boom cannons still got him, but it's at least for the most part. And we're using RCs, so like going usually just 1 HC. We maxed out the hero, so you can use his bomb stuff on one side, popping critters for the other side to protect your RCs. And really it's just trying to be as fast as possible, since when they're running Seeks, there's a chance they might fizzle, but you should also be fast. Once these ERs go down, you can start flaring the last two. Trying to throw critters early, since usually in the back part of the base it takes a long time for critters to land. So if you notice cannons are shooting RCs often, then try throwing your critters a bit earlier. Here we got a 319, and let's see what the time is. This is before we got critter launchers, and looks like he pulled a 316. So a fast Seeker hit, but again, there's a chance to be faster with RCs. But now we did pick up critter launchers, so we'll see if they can finish the base. And this guy even picked up that 50 GB already. We'll do a real similar kind of hit, using the hero and a few troops on one side and everyone else on the right. Made a few mistakes by losing an RC on the right side, throwing a critter, but little late, and trying to use the bomb stuff when you can get a bunch of buildings and the ER. As soon as these few ERs go down, you can start flaring the last ones. And quite a few Seeker players don't have mines, which is good, since there's more options just to throw critters, and they should last a bit. I do like flaring the further ER first, because when you flare the one right now, you can straight away use his bomb stuff. We're a bit early on the flare, but can flare around. Honestly, not a good hit because didn't even hit the flare. So 302 shouldn't win, but looks like it might be a Seeker fizzle. Now he didn't have that much troop health, but did have all the troop damage. And if you look closely, you can see how all the Seeks are just pausing every maybe half second, and that's why the critter launcher bug is so strong. If the Seeks are slowed by half, then it takes a while for them to not only walk to ERs, but even take them down. So he'll get close, but won't finish it off. And that's why I do think, at least for 5 ER, time for Seeks is coming to an end. Once you pick up shock launchers and critter launchers, it's really tough to get through the base. But since that's really just for Seeks, you can still do just fine with HCRC. So we'll show a few hits on more dirty bases. Like this one, it's kind of a hybrid, compact on the left and a few ERs on its own. So I like going from the left side and using a trick with smoke and his bomb ability, that whenever you pop it, you can throw a smoke at the end and usually stays protected. So we'll drop a couple HCs and the rest RCs, using the hero towards the right side since it's a better angle for his bomb stuff. And we can pop it, throw a smoke. Smoke should land just at the end of it. It doesn't actually drop bombs under smoke, but it's really just to keep him protected. We wait a bit until he's at a better angle, then you can pop it again. Because right now he would just hit the boom cannon and really nothing else. Using it on an ER is a good move too, since you can do a ton of damage. And then it's just flaring the last two. You can lose a bunch of RCs, but you have his ability for the last ER. Even at 5 ER with building health, you could almost solo it, because it does that much damage. And we get a 302, which now is about the goal for 5 ER hits. 3 minutes to 305. Looks like a win. And we'll show one more hit, which might be our boss fight. Here's a real common style base. And I like going everyone from the right side, dropping kind of in the corner but 1 HC a little to the left, since when you start hitting stuff from this ER, it's spread both left and right. Get a good angle on the whole base. Throwing critters up top for that boom cannon. And as he gets close, he can use his ability. He does that bomb stuff and kills a few buildings. And you can see kind of both ERs die around the same time. Sometimes that shock blaster stays alive, so you can wait until it dies. And as all these stuff go down, you can get ready to flare the last 2 ERs. I do think it's a pretty safe hit. Sometimes you can lose an RC to a random boom cannon, but as long as you throw critters, it should stay protected. Even flaring the last ER, that last smoke wasn't needed, but pull off a 3-minute time and see if it's fast enough. Yeah, it looks like it is. So that'll be your last fight, 23, and we can get that chest. Right now there's not a lot of stuff after 5, so we're really just facing the same bases over and over. And the good thing about that is if you nail down a hit, then you can keep getting consistent times. Pretty sure now we're gonna keep saving towards 6 ER. A GB could help a little bit, but it's really not much else. And after 6 we get shock bombs, which could be huge, and some other buildings like flames, shock mines, even some extra protos. A lot of good stuff at 6, so I think it's time to save for it. You could make the argument for getting heavies and art, but it is a lot of keys. So I'd say if you're ranking up fine without it, maybe it's better to save for 6. Otherwise, might help a little bit, especially on those rocket compact bases, which we haven't really seen yet, but they're out there. And like we showed earlier in the vid, having critter launchers might be all you need to stop Seeks. So it happens in some seasons that Seekers have a really good window for a day or so and kind of fall off. It might make a comeback later on at 6 ER once they get more tech, but at least at 5, looks like they're not going to have a great time. But I think it's fine for most people, since getting Seeks would be a lot of keys off path anyways. So we'll keep on treading and see what happens. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.